Hello everyone, today I will share with you my opinion about 4 top cryptocurrencies, which is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple against US dollar, and one currency of your choice, which this time will be EOS against US dollar. So if you're interested what is happening with these cryptocurrencies, keep watching. Let me introduce myself very quickly. My name is Paul. I am creator of rmpforex.com. I am a forex trader and I like trading currencies. Since 2007, I'm trading currencies using a unique approach that is called Master Forex with Technical Analysis. Obviously, cryptocurrencies are first of all currencies, so I feel quite confident in cryptocurrency market as well. For those of you who's watching my reviews for the first time, I will just explain you very quickly what I'm doing. Each Wednesday, for those 5 cryptocurrencies, I choose my strategic direction based on H4 and D1 timeframes. Once I have that strategic direction and reference points where that strategic direction will be cancelled, then I go to tactics phase, which is each morning before the trading session starts, I create a tactical plan for each of those currencies. And then once I have a tactical plan and an entry zone, then I go to the third stage and use my trend following trading system. So 4 main pairs plus 1 pair that you choose. If you would like me to review your currency pair, just leave your vote in the comment section below. And the currency that will collect most votes, I will review that currency the next time. Whatever the currency is, any cryptocurrency, any coin, just leave your opinion in the comment section below. Okay, so before we proceed, make sure you read through the risk disclaimer. It is very important. And let's get straight into the charts. Bitcoin against US dollar. If you'll remember my last review, I mentioned this reference point and I said that if we will break through this reference point, we will have an FZR of H4 up. And as long as it's not broken, this cryptocurrency stays in a flat phase. From the other side, I mentioned this reference point and I said that once we will break through this reference point, we will have a continuation of the whole trend. The FZR of all time frames is still intact. Once we break through this reference point, the trend will continue and this pivot point will move now into this place here. So that's for those who's looking, is it the time to buy? For my personal opinion, the trend is down and it is way too early to buy Bitcoin. But this is my opinion. For me as a day trader, I'm looking at this FZR as well. I'll just go to a smaller time frame to show you that. Here you can see that's the FZR and we broke through this reference point here and we have a pivot point that is protecting this wave down. Here is that pivot, and as long as this pivot is not broken, the trend down of H1 will proceed and we will break through then also through this reference point, and then the trend down of all time frames will proceed. So at the moment, Bitcoin trend is down, and for me, there is not even a question to try and buy Bitcoin because obviously it's a trend down. And as long as this pivot point is not broken, the trend down will proceed. And also that pivot point could move into a new place. And for that, you have to know how to use those reference points. And if you would like to learn how to use those reference points, just opt into RMP Advanced Training and I will personally bring you through all those reference points and teach you how to use them in your own trading and investing. So that's the quick idea with Bitcoin. Trend down, reference points are there, pivot points are there. As long as they are not broken, trend down will proceed. Let's go to the next cryptocurrency, which is Ethereum. First of all, what we need to know about Ethereum, it is that Ethereum is in an all-time flat phase. I'll just go to even higher time frame to show you. Here are those reference points for that flat phase. If we will break through this reference point, we'll have an all-time FZR down and the trend down will start and we will go to approximately $300 per Ethereum. On the other side, if we'll break through this reference point, we'll have a completely new force to go up with Ethereum and it could reach $1,800 and even $2,000 per Ethereum. But as long as we're between those 2 reference points, we're in a flat phase and we're moving nowhere. For me as a day trader, I'll go to a smaller time frame and here you can see that's the reference point that I mentioned last time in my last video, and I mentioned that once we'll break through this reference point, an FZR of H4 up will happen, and the trend phase up will start. And this is the situation again where you have to know yourself those reference points so you could go step by step with the market. So once we broke through this FZR, once we broke through this reference point, here we created a pivot point that was protecting this trend up. So once we broke through this reference point, I just put it on pause all my trading and waited what will happen. And here you can see we had an FZR down. And now we have an even higher time frame FZR down. So Ethereum is back to a flat phase with this reference point, and you also remember that the flat of all time frames is there. So as long as we're between those two reference points, flat phase will proceed, and I will stay away with my trading from Ethereum. That's the area for Ethereum. Next pair is Litecoin against US dollar. Litecoin has a very similar logic to Bitcoin. We have also an FZR of all time frames down, and here you can see also an FZR for myself that I will use for my day trading. But you will remember from my last review I mentioned this reference point and I mentioned this reference point, and I said that as long as we're between those two reference points, we're in a flat phase of H4 and we will go in, and Litecoin will go nowhere. But also here you can see this wave finished that impulse, and this reference point for me as a day trader moved into this place. So now we have here an FZR of H4 down, and now H4 trend is down for me. And that could be a domino principle here, and we will break through this reference point here and we will come back. So the trend of all time frames down will proceed. I'll just go to a smaller time frame. Here you can see that's the same FZR, and the pivot point that is protecting this trend down is here. So as long as this pivot point is not broken, the trend down of H4 will proceed and the Litecoin will become cheaper and cheaper. And again, for me as an investor, Litecoin at the moment, there is no common sense to buy it if it's getting cheaper. It could go, let's take a look at the higher time frame. This trend, it could go to approximately this place, approximately $70 or $100 for Litecoin. So once we'll go into this place, then I will be looking here for some new pivot points that are protecting this trend. And here, if we will break through that pivot point, for me that will be a good place to buy some cheap Litecoins and go up somewhere into this place. But at the moment, trend phase is still down, H4 is down, all time frames trend is down, and we will see how far that trend will go. That's the area for Litecoin. Let's go next to Ripple. Ripple has also very similar logic. We have here, the only difference here is that this impulse here was stopped by breaking through this pivot point. And if now we will break through this reference point, then we will have even higher time frame FZR down. And Ripple will have all the chances to go to 0.1 to $0.2 per Ripple. H4 FZR is intact, so we have H4 trend down, and once we'll break through this reference point, we will have all time frames trend down as well. At the moment, this pivot point here protects that wave, protects the trend down, and as long as this pivot point is not broken, I will be going with this trend down. And just in the case of Ripple, I don't like that cryptocurrency personally, so I will not be doing anything with it, not even selling it. I will be just watching it and following this trend, what is happening with it. That's the idea for Ripple. Next is EOS against US dollar. Again, guys, I will remind you that you can vote for your pair. Just leave in the comment section below the cryptocurrency that you would like me to take a look at. And on next Wednesday, during the next review, the cryptocurrency that will collect the most votes, I will review that cryptocurrency. This time I chose EOS because Joanna voted it, and I think ladies first. So this is why I choose EOS this time. First of all, we had an FZR like this one with a pivot point that was protecting this trend up that was here. And as you can see, obviously it is broken, that pivot point. and now EOS is in an all-time flat phase. With the reference points, if we will break through this reference point, we will have a completely new FZR up, and we will go up with completely new force. But if we'll break through this reference point, we will have an FZR of all time frames down, and then EOS has all the chances to go back to $2 per EOS. For me, that time frame is too high. Flat phase of all time frames, so I don't do anything in a flat phase. Flat phase is the most dangerous place to take a decision. So I go to smaller time frame where I can maybe use my intraday trading. And here you can see these are our reference points for all-time flat phase. And inside it, you can see we have here a H4 FZR down. So at the moment, H4 trend is down. And if we will go and break through this reference point, then we will have another FZR also down, and the all-time trend down will start. So let's find out what is the reference point for this trend. For that, we'll just go into even smaller time frame to H1. That is that wave that was created by the FZR down. Yeah, so here we have the pivot point that is protecting this trend down. As long as this pivot point is not broken, trend down of H4 will proceed, and that's the reference point that I am looking at the moment. And once we'll break through that reference point, the H4 time frame will come back to a flat phase as well, and there will be nothing to do for me even intraday. At the moment, I'm looking only down this cryptocurrency, and we will see what will happen during next week. So guys, I hope this video will give you some new ideas. If you have any questions, thoughts, or comments, just use the comment section below. I will be more than glad to have a conversation with you. For those of you who's wondering what are those reference points and what is that Master Forex V technical analysis, I invite you to join to RMP training, where I will bring you through all those reference points and teach you myself how to use it. As I said, I am a Forex trader since 2007, and all my knowledge and all my experience I'm applying to cryptocurrencies, and it is working very well. So just go to rmpforex.com and you will find there all the information. For those of you who still not subscribed, here is the button for you. Click to subscribe, and I will talk to you the next Wednesday.